Hello and welcome to Trackops. I am your host today. I am Chuck Cox, and today we're going to be going over a feature called Case Update Categories. So Case Update Categories allow you to group or organize your case updates by a particular type or genre to make it a little bit more easier when searching for particular updates, either from your case updates list or maybe the updates tab of a case. So if you're looking for maybe updates that are, meant for a client or that are part of a surveillance or include a report or something like that, then you can create a category for those particular types of updates, tag them to the update, and then you can filter and search your lists for these particular types of updates. And then once you have these update categories in place and you've created various updates on your case that are grouped by these categories, you can then populate an updates list on your document templates from a category. So you can, instead of having all of your updates populate from the updates tab of a case, you can instead just have updates from a particular category populate on a document in a designated area, and then you can have updates from a different category populate on a different area of that same document. So from my settings here at the top right, I can access my case update categories here on the right hand side. And you'll notice that I have a few set up here for client follow-ups, client reports, internal communications, as well as my surveillance log updates. You'll notice here at the top right, you can create new update categories, create as many as you want, call them whatever you want. So there's no limit. And if you jump into an update category like my surveillance log updates, you notice that there are a few options here that you can use in conjunction with your updates. For starters, after you name your category, you can offer a document tag on the update category. That document tag will point to how you use the new updates list variable for each category on your document templates. So we'll get into that here in a little bit, but you can assign the document tag here in the category. The next is the case review. So in Trackops now, you can have a case review be generated for the update after it's created. So for instance, this particular category is my surveillance log updates. It's a category for my updates that my investigators submit that contain a surveillance log. So after my investigators go out and perform a surveillance, I want them to submit an update. And inside that update, I want them to also complete a case review. So now through this category, once surveillance log updates is selected as the category on the update, a daily surveillance log will then be generated upon the completion of that update. You can also default the option to create the expense entry after the update's saved. So you notice that you've had that option now for a while to check a box whenever you're creating a case update to then create a case expense entry after that update is created. So now through the update category, that option will be defaulted, meaning it'll just be automatically checked. And then you can restrict this category to particular access groups. This is my surveillance log, so these are going to be ones that are public or internal, and those are the ones that I've selected here on the access groups. Once I'm done creating my update category, I can then go ahead and save it, and then I'm ready to apply it to updates on my cases. So from the Updates tab here, I can create a new update. I can also add categories to an existing update. I will just click Edit on that update. But for the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to create a brand new update. And I'm going to create my update as normal here with my access group. And then below that is my category. So I'm going to select our surveillance log that we created. And you'll notice that after I selected surveillance log updates as my category on this update, the default selection for create expense entry was checked. And now I can go ahead and create my update as normal. So once I've got my update created, I can go ahead and save it. And now it's going to prompt me to create that expense entry upon completion of the update. So I can go ahead and create that expense entry as I normally would. So I've got my expense entry saved. I've got my update created with my surveillance log updates category. I've also got a note on here that this update has an incomplete case review. I go ahead and click that from the update, and I can create the daily surveillance log that is generated upon completion of updates of this category. So we're going to cap off this video by going into our document templates and checking out the new update list variables that have been added as part of this update category feature. So from our document templates in our settings, we can go ahead and start a new document template. You can also edit an existing one. But what we really want is the variables list. And so we can click View Template Variables from our document template. And inside our template variables, if we scroll down to the bottom, we'll find our updates list variables. And there are a couple new ones. And the one we really want to focus on is this updates list category variable. And this one will populate updates within the variable of a chosen category. And the way to do that is through the document tag. So if you remember when we were creating that update category, there was a place to add a document tag. And so that's where we're going to add the document tab, is where this asterisk is in the variable whenever we go ahead and copy the variable outside of our list here and paste it into our document. Here I am in my Word document, and if I just scroll down a bit, I can find the place where I want to have my updates list populated, and I can put my variable here, the one for the category. So I can go ahead and insert that here into the document now. So once I've got it here in the document, I can then enter in my category where the asterisk is. So my document tag of SU. And now I've got it in the variable, and now I can go ahead and save it. And when I go ahead and upload this template back into Trackops and generate it on a case, then inside this variable will populate just updates from that one category. If you have any questions about update categories or anything else, go ahead and hit that help drop down at the top right. And from in that drop down list, you can go ahead and click submit ticket, and we will get your question as quickly as we can. Thanks again for choosing Trackops.